I'm Dan Schmitt, and this is Team Chicago Challenge 2002. What a great year for Team Chicago. It's the year that we won our second championship running the WERA National Endurance Series, winning the championship in Middleweight SuperStock Class. The 4 and 6 prepared Yamaha, who came to Summit Point, was working perfectly. We had a little bit of problem with crashes earlier, but now the bike was set up at 4 and 6, CompuTrack. It was like riding on rails. Now, Summit Point is a difficult little track. Actually, it's a 2-mile track, and it's got a very long front straightaway. At one time, I used to be afraid of Summit Point, but now, after riding it a few years, I have learned how to ride the different corners. So it was a great race for Team Chicago. Let's look at some of the action Summit Point as we kick off this 6-hour National Endurance with WERA. Team Chicago, we're a little bit down in points. We got to do good at this event. So let's start by checking out the beginning of this 6-hour National Endurance, and let's see how Team Chicago does. Well, as the teams do last-minute preparation, grandchildren kill time as they wait for the beginning of this 6-hour endurance so they can then score the event. That's Taylor and Danny. For the teams to take their warm-up lap for the WERA National Endurance at Summit Point. This is round 7 of the 9-race series. 5 different classes are running on the track. Heavyweight Superbike, Heavyweight Superstock, Middleweight Superbike, Middleweight Superstock, and Lightweight Superbike. So we wait for the start. Trey Beatty for Vesra, Daryl Sawyer, and Mark Kozar for Army of Darkness. 39 teams taking the start at Summit Point. Getting the early lead. That's Vesra racing with Trey Beatty. Psychotherapy's running second. Northern Getaway. Phil Caldwell is riding the Team Chicago 4 and 6 prepared Yamaha. Yamaha dealers R6. Glenn Zurich is on the move already as he gets around Neighbor the Beast. Got 1,000cc bikes down to 400cc. A great mix. Up front, Trey Beatty. Psychotherapies running second. Vesra 2. Team Life. Team Extreme. Here comes number 17, that's Glenn Zurich. Glenn Zurich on Sema Brother running on a Suzuki. They won the championship in the past on a Yamaha, the R1. Trey Beatty on Vesra Suzuki. At Vesra Brake, Suzuki, Wantana, Nielsen Enterprise, Pirelli, Fujiko, 1000. GSXR 1000 Suzuki. See Phil Caldwell working his way also past Neighbor the Beast. That's Scott Fisher. Glenn Zurich is now moved up to 4th place. Team Life is 85. Army of Darkness is number 99. See some of the other teams. Some teams, this is the only event they run all year. A good number of teams have run more than 3 events. We're getting towards the end of the season. Points are now critical. We see some of the 650s running at lightweight class. 76 is Maryland Motorsport. We're getting 45 minutes into the race. Phil Caldwell has been running around 10th place, battling back and forth with Neighbor the Beast. Williams Racing's been looking good out there. J&J Motorsports battle for 6th place between Team Extreme, that's number 2, and number 12, that's Velocity Crew. But up front, it is a battle royal between Vesra Suzuki, Loudon Motorsport, number 4, and Sema Brother Racing. This battle for the lead has put them 1 lap up on Army of Darkness.
They are flying. You got them big bore Suzukis running right with Trey Beatty. Now is Vezra 2. Vezra 2 has just gone down one lap. That's Daryl Saylor riding Vezra 2 on the 600 middleweight superbike. The bikes up front are all running heavyweight superbike as we see Glenn Zarek come by on that Semop Brother Racing. 39 is Northern Getaway. Running about 13th. We're on a 750 Suzuki. As we see Phil Caldwell on the Team Chicago 4 and 6 Racing R6. Phil is on the gas. In our class, we're running in second place, I believe. It's time for Phil to come in and make a pit stop, and it's my turn to take the Team Chicago 4 and 6 Yamaha out. So let's check out this pit stop. Phil pulls up, gets off. Alan's taking care of the gas. Steve's doing the gas. Alan's got the fire extinguisher. He'll take over.
Soak it up again.
Head out to do battle at Summit Point. What a great racetrack. They repaved last year, new pavement, and they've turned this into one of the best racetracks in the country. No longer slippery point. There's traction everywhere. Still got a few of these concrete patches, but they work. But the rest of the asphalt is great. Let's check out this racetrack. That was turn 1 and 2, which is a combination 180-degree carousel. Coming to turn 3, this fast left-hander. Get on the gas, shift up. Go over the ridge. Now you can downshift here and get back on the gas through here, or you can carry it through and do 2 downshifts here. Got a bike come by. I didn't quite see who that is. See if we can stay with them. Now you come to the second carousel, this right-hander. It'll be turn 5 and 6, I believe. But this is my slowest place on the racetrack. The local guys have this S switchback dialed in. I never quite got up to speed. Now you shift up, head under the bridge. Downshift brake and get into this fast right-hander. And with the new pavement, this is beautiful. And you head down this, I'd say it's about 3,500 foot front straightaway, shift all the way up to 6. I think that was Ridge Racing going by. Ridge Racing on that 750 Suzuki, I believe. Like Vezra Suzuki's up front. Loudon Motorsport has gotten by Semok Brothers, but they're all on the same lap. Army of Darkness is running 4th. Vezra Suzuki's 5th. Lassie Crew is still battling with Team Extreme 4-6. Ridge Racing is in 8th. 14K to Movie. They are flying. They're in 9th. J&J is in 10th. MB's 11th. And with our pit stop and not going fast enough, we're down to 18th. D&D Racing is ahead of us. We've got to get on the gas. Oh no, red flag. A red flag has come out 1 hour and 15 minutes into the race. Vezra is coming into the pits. A red flag. All the bikes have got to be parked on the opposite side of the pit. And we're going to be taking a break. I'm going to let Steve Carson take the restart. Going to be a 20-minute break in the action. Seems like Maryland Motorsport is the team that went down. The bikes are lined up. It's nice and quiet in the pits. At the start, Joe Persiano is taking the lead on Semok Brother Racing on that 750 Suzuki. Steve Carson is on the Team Chicago 4 and 6 prepared R6. Looks like he's right behind Ricky Ford from Psychotherapy. But Joe Persiano is on the gas. He's leading. Summit Brother Racing. A couple teams are peeling off to get gas. To make a pit stop, you have to take the green flag or you will be penalized. And for some reason, WERA Suzuki did not take the green flag. They elected to go in the pits. They lost a lap. I don't know what their problem was or why they made this decision, but they did not take the restart. Ridge Racing is in the pits. Brian Stokes is running WERA 2. WERA 2 and he had WERA, Suzuki, Nielsen, Pirelli, Wantana. Team Life has now moved into the pits. Gives us a chance to get ahead of them. The battle for 6 continues. 3 hours. They've been going at it. This is Team Extreme, number 2, and Velocity Crew, number 12. 1750 Suzuki, 1600 Suzuki, and they're still battling for 6th place after 3 hours of racing here. Army of Darkness, they're running in 3rd place. They have moved up to 3rd place, and Loudon Motorsports is in the pits for a pit stop, changing the rear tire. Loudon Motorsports, sponsored by Loudon Motorsports, Pirelli, EBC, Silkling, team out of Leesburg, Virginia, and they're running heavyweights, superbike. WERA Suzuki had a problem with their axle in the pits. They have dropped back to 5th place. Summit Brother has now put a lap on Loudon, so it's Summit Brother, Loudon, Army of Darkness. WERA 2 is running 4th, WERA is running 5th, battle for 6th, Team Extreme and Velocity Crew, Ridge Racing's 8th, J&J Motorsports running 9th, and 14K the movie is running in 10th place. We get into the 4th hour. Army of Darkness is battling with WERA 2. This is a battle for 4th place. They're both running middleweight superbikes on the 600 Suzukis. Phil Caldwell turning into 20s, low 20s, 120s is fast, is on the charge. He's moving us up, picking up places. Velocity Crew is now in the pits. Velocity Crew, this team from Maryland, sponsored by Fastlane Cycle and Michelin. That's Kevin Perkins and Paul Youngman. And he had 600 Suzuki. They're running in middleweight superbike also. As you see, Joe, Team Life, trying to get by WERA. WERA has changed riders. Whoa, Joe! Oh no! Joe Malinese has just dropped Team Life. They were leading in middleweight superstock. As Joe picks up his bike, let's down and take a look. Joe's trying to move on the inside, but he doesn't quite make the turn. He wasn't even laying the bike over. String of good luck has finally coming to an end. Team Chicago, we have got a chance now. Coming into pits now, Summit Brother Racing, Glenn Zarek getting off the bike, trying to make up time. WERA Suzuki, they had that problem with the axle. They have lost 5 laps in the pits. They are trying to charge ahead. Joe Persiano is now taking over. They were the champions in 1999 and 2000 on Yamahas. And it's Loudon Motorsport, number 4 on that Loudon Motorsport Pirelli EDC Silkling Suzuki 1000 Psychotherapy. They're back on the charge. They had a problem, but they're moving up to 16th place. They drop back with a problem. Phil Caldwell comes back in the pits. It's my time to take over the Team Chicago. It's my turn to do battle. They wipe off the gas tank, and I'm ready to get going. As I head out of the pits, I should point out it is hot. It is almost 100 degrees. The track is hot. It's the hottest day for the year. The hottest race I've been at. North Florida was pretty hot, but it is hot and humid in West Virginia as I head into the first corner. I should point out Neighbor the Beast had a crash. They've had a crash-ridden season. and they are out of the points. It looks like it's us and Team Life crashed, so we got a good opportunity. I got to stay on the gas. Team Chicago, we have moved up to 13th place, but there's one team ahead of us, D&D Racing. They got one lap on us, and we got to chase them down. I don't see them out there. Got less than 90 minutes left in the race. Leading in the lightweight class is Psycho Pros Racing. They're on a 650 Suzuki. Second is Lightsmith. Team Infotech is third. But Joe Persiano is on the move. They are leading. They've got one lap on Loudon Motorsport, 2 laps on Army of Darkness, and 3 laps on WERA Suzuki to less than 90 minutes of racing. And I'm going to turn it over to Steve Carson. Billy Eckridge is on Team Extreme. But running second, Loudon Motorsport, number 4. They're a couple laps shy of Semoff Brother Racing. But on the charge, WERA Suzuki on that 1,000. They are making tracks, but they're 2 laps back from Loudon and 5 laps back from Semoff Brothers. Steve Carson, he is on fire. He is charging. We got to make up time on D&D. Steve has got to get around D&D Racing. Joe's back out on Team Life with the repairs, but they have dropped off. So this is a great opportunity for Team Chicago to make some points, to get tighter in the battle for Middleweight SuperStock for the title. Neighbor of the Beast comes flashing by. They had another crash. They've had a bad season with crashes. They are not even in the hunt. And their other team, their teammates, Army of Darkness, can do no wrong at Summit Point. This is their local track. These guys have been racing here forever. Coming into pits now is WERA. We're going to make a quick pit stop and see if they can make up time. They are 4 laps back from Semoff Brothers. They take on the fuel, change tires. WERA Suzuki, they have been winning every race this season with that WERA brake. Suzuki, Wantana, Nielsen Enterprise, Pirelli, Fujiko. Trey Beatty gets off. And John Jacoby's is ready to do battle. Well, Steve Carson has just gotten around D&D Racing, so we're on the same lap, but we're all the way back. As you see Team Extreme come by, but Steve Carson on the Yamaha, 4 and 6 prepared Yamaha dealers, Race Tire Service Dunlop, AirTech, Mateer Oil, Torco Racing Fuel and Oil, Pitbull Stands, GMD CompuTrack Chicago, Nolan Helmets, Regina Chains, Intuitive Frame Sliders, Factory, Windtech, Alpine Star, Racetech, and Woodcraft. As we see the 2 WERAs running together, WERA 1 has got to make up some time. There's less than 40 minutes in this race. And up front is Semoff Brother Racing, 2nd place, Loudon, WERA 3rd, Army of Darkness 4th, WERA 2 is 5th, Velocity Crew is 6th, Team Extreme is 7th, Ridge Racing 8th, J&J 9th, 14K to Movie is 10th, D&D is 11th, and Team Chicago, we're in 13th place, running a solid 2nd. As we get towards the end, is Loudon Motorsport, but Glenn Zarek is flying on the Semoff Brother Suzuki. He's on a 750, but this is his home track. He knows every inch in this track, and he is flying. J&J, they're running pretty good. They're running in the top 10. As Phil Caldwell is a man on a mission. He's caught D&D. He's gotten by him, and now he's trying to make up one lap, but the time is running down. We may not have enough time. The corner workers are getting kind of tired. In the hot sun, 90 degrees. Drink plenty of fluids. 14K to movie, 4:08. They are charging. This is one of their best races. They're running in 8th place. WERA Suzuki is charging ahead. They're trying to make up time. They still have a 5-lap deficit as Phil Caldwell comes flying by. He is using every square inch of the track and every ounce of his strength to try to catch D&D. It may be an impossible mission to catch them. We're on the same lap, but we're still down. He unlapped us. He tried to get him to race us. Try to hope they make a mistake, but Phil is on fire, turning in the 20s. He's got that Team Chicago 4 and 6 prepared Yamaha dealers R6 flying as he gets by Scott Fisher from neighbor to be. As Team Extreme Pennzoil, they're running in 6th place. That's Mark Edwards on that Pennzoil Motorsport Graphic, EBC, Tabaki, WERA, Pitbull, 1000 Suzuki. Summer brother is putting it on, trying to catch up. John Jacoby on the WERA Suzuki. Wantana, Nielsen Enterprise, Pirelli, Fujiko, 1000. But they had problems with an axle, and it has lost them 5 laps. Army of Darkness running in 4th place. Mark Kozer is flying on that Army of Darkness 600 Suzuki. But Glenn Zarek, the 1999 and 2000 champs, this is their 2nd race of the year, and they are on their local track. Glenn Zarek knows his way around here, and he is on the gas. Psychotherapy looking good. Neighbor to Beast is trying to make some points. Another bad race for them. Team Life comes by. They're trying to make some time, but they have dropped back to 19th. 24. That's Acme Racing. They've had a problem. They have dropped back. They're not in the hunt. Loudon Motorsport running 2nd. Running 3rd, WERA Suzuki. We got a couple laps to make up on Loudon Motorsport. Up front though, Summer Brother Racing. Oh no, Loudon Motorsport has crashed. Loudon Motorsport has gone down as we see Psychotherapy and 14K to movie. 14K to movie is in 8th, Psychotherapy is in 9th. Glenn Zarek has no threat now. Loudon Motorsport has turned that Suzuki into a pile of rubbish. They are out of the race. This changes the standings. Sumoff is up front. WERA 2nd. Army of Darkness 3rd. WERA is running 4th. That's WERA 2. Team Extreme is now 5th. Velocity Crew is 6th. As we see WERA 2 in the lightweight class. Team Infotech has made waves. They are leading. Lightsmith Racing Light is running 2nd. 3rd place is Team Charm in that lightweight superbike class. Moving up, Ridge Racing is in 7th place as we see Army of Darkness. They are now in 3rd. 2nd place, WERA Suzuki. Loudon Motorsport at the end has crashed as we get to the end of this 6-hour national WERA GMD CompuTrack. Number 12, it's Velocity Crew. They are in 6th place. This team out of Pennsylvania on that Fast Lane Cycle Michelin. Phil Caldwell is on the charge, trying to run down D&D as the starter watches his Watch, we're getting ready for the end. Coming by. Summit Brother Racing going on to pick up the win. The 6-hour WERA National Endurance, Summit Brother, Vezra Suzuki, Army of Darkness, Vezra 2, Team Extreme, Velocity Crew, Ridge Racing, 14K the movie, Psychotherapy. Special thanks to WERA and Dennis Torres for the additional video footage. We could not have done it without the help from Dennis. In the points, it is Vezra leading in heavyweight superbike. They've got it wrapped up. Heavyweight superstock, it's J&J. They had a problem, but they still are leading in points. Lightweight superbike, it is Team Infotech that is leading in that class. In middleweight superbike, Army of Darkness is leading, but only 20 points back is Vezra Suzuki 2. Music for the show by Engine, Mike Preetz, Intrigue and Travesty, and all this music recorded Fireside Studios, Westchester, Illinois. Middleweight Superstock, we're 20 points back. Team Life is still ahead. Phil Caldwell did a great job from Summit Point at this WERA National Endurance, GMD CompuTrack National Endurance, and we'll see him in Texas.
For more information on WERA, Western Eastern Road Race Association, is WERA.com. On Facebook, it's WERA Motorcycle Road Racing. For Summit Point Motorsport Park, it's SummitPointMP.com. To contact me, and I'd love to hear from my audience, it's teamdan45@gmail.com. Remember, you can always search on YouTube with Dan Schmitt Motorcycle Racing for great motorcycle racing action. Dan Schmitt Politics to learn what makes America great. And I highly encourage you to visit the World of Motorcycle Museum. They're in Winnemac, Indiana, 4 miles south of North Judson on Indiana Highway 39. But give them a call first at 574-896-3172. It's a great trip and a great collection of motorcycles. To pick up your copy of the Team Chicago History Package, go to Rich's Yamaha in Lockport, Illinois. But give them a call first at 815-838-8130. Their website is richesyamaha.com. Pick up your copy of the Team Chicago History Package. And if you want to learn more about motorcycles, there's nothing like going to a swap meet. Here's a few dates for Walneck Swap Meet: Woodstock, Illinois, Shepherdsville, Kentucky, Princeton, Illinois, Monroe, Michigan, Springfield, Ohio. It's walneckswap.com, walneckswap.com.